Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Tuesday, 27th of September. All the guys on YouTube, thanks for streaming in. Thanks for joining Quick Trade. Hope everybody's good. Don't forget, everybody, here's our reminders. I have them on screen. Important for you guys to know. Yashe, good morning. Tato, good morning. Philip, good morning. As always, we have our guys that are joining us. We will start, at 9:35. So we just give, just 5 minutes of grace to some of the guys to join us, to tune in, to log in. And they are coming. Funny, how's it? Hope you had a good weekend. Remember, guys, the trading room is, the trading support department, is responsible for the trading room. These sessions are hosted by myself and my colleague Roger Holdsworth. Guys, good to be with you. I did. Thanks, Fani. I did. Thanks so much. I absolutely did. It was wonderful. Wonderful. You guys been checking the markets? You've been checking it out, Fani? Can everybody see me? Can everybody see me? Guys, remember the trading support department also assists the guys with trading support. All right, in the form of a phone call. Don't forget that. If you need to discuss some analysis, that we cannot do one-on-one in the trading room, you are more than welcome to log on to your live chat facility, and you can then request trading support. And we can give you a call. We can give you, give a nice chat. And that's going to assist you then to obviously, customize your approach, customize your style, because we don't speak in one lingo only or one language where everybody needs to trade the same. Everybody trades differently. All right. Thanks, Ponch. Thanks, Ponch. Lorenzo, good morning. Funny. I left my hands here. Did we not say it's going to reach 114? How do you like that for accuracy? Love it, isn't it so? We're going to get there now. We're going to get there now. Beautiful. And guys, as always, here's the phases. Now, if I can say this, guys, if I can say this, right? It makes sense now why I'm always mentioning to you guys, watch the phases. Watch the phases. So this is a constant reminder. And when you look at something like the dollar index, as per our analysis of 114 points, reaching it in that strength, it makes sense why we keep repeating the same things over and over. Because when you do that and you begin to repeat, are we together? It starts to pay off. Is everybody with me here? So that analysis is not just coming, overnight. It's coming through repetition. Is everybody clear with that? Let me give all the guys 14 seconds here before we push on, but I hope that's clear. As part of the intro, repetition is going to bring that result. All right, everybody, repetition, the practicing, working at it hard and hard every day. All right. To all the new guys that are joining me here, thank you very much for being. It's an absolute pleasure. As always, I really hope you guys have a wonderful time. You'll see that we have a lot of regulars online that are coming, or that is coming every single day, because there's definitely value here. All right. Can I just end this intro off here, guys, with the following? And I mean, if you want to, you can actually write this down if you'd like to. That's how specific I want to be. Chuck, it's good to see you again. I saw your cinematics, just so you do know. I saw your cinematics. Nicely done, my friend. Nicely done. All right. Can I just give you a quick nugget here? Quick one, very quick. It goes like this. Simply enjoy what you're doing. Is everybody with me? Simply enjoy. It's just enjoy analyzing. Enjoy looking at the charts. Believe me, it makes a big difference in the mind. All right, everybody clear? Are you guys ready to go? All right, I'm sharing my screen with you guys now. You will see the dollar index there. It's a good week, right? A lot of speeches, though. We got Lagarde speaking. We got Powell speaking twice, which is very interesting. Today and tomorrow, yes. Hi, EJ. It's also good to see you. Thank you. Mbo. All right, so Mikhail wants to move. Is everyone else in agreement? Everybody wants to move? All right, so let's start it off. Let's start it off, guys. Let's go to the economic calendar. I obviously wasn't with you guys yesterday. I like to go through the economic calendar as well, just so that you're updated. You can see that Tuesday, 27th of September, Lagarde speaking there. We have Powell. You guys know these are the officials of central banks. They obviously give direction as to what is happening and the way forward. You guys know it is a headline news that, or it is headline news that we are still, in the midst of high inflation. Some are calling stagflation or using that term there as well. And so obviously with inflation, higher prices, you're going to see different things get affected, guys. GDPs get affected, jobless rates are increasing, things are becoming more expensive, with together currencies, obviously the fluctuation and the volatility there is also affected. And so obviously these are the things you need to look at whilst you're trading. So this is the fundamental side of it. You cannot omit it. You cannot, leave it out. If you do, you might get into a trade and you don't understand why you are in the opposite direction. All right. So you got to know. And that's the reason why I say the trading room is so valuable. It's because we deal with these things, we talk about them. Remember, guys, in the trading room, as always, and I'm feeling very smooth here this morning, Ponch. So I'm just allowing the words to come out smooth as well, taking it nice and easy whilst we build up momentum. The trading room, guys, all right, there's no fortunate or unfortunate case here. We cannot deal with everybody one-on-one in the trading room. Remember, this is a platform where we're dealing with everybody holistically, but the trading support department, as I mentioned, is there to assist you where I can chat to you actually telephonically. We prefer to chat telephonically because I can hear your voice. I can hear if there's any frustration. I can hear if there's any emotion. I can hear if there's any joy. I can, so if I can hear your voice, I'll know how to advise you better. Does that make sense, everybody? Because most people are dealing more with emotions than it is with technicals. Please don't forget that. It's more emotional than these technicals. All right. We are technical beings. You will develop the skill when you practice it. But developing emotional stability is something else. All right. Is everybody with me? Emotional stability is something else. So I'm not a psychiatrist. Me and Roger are not psychologists, but we know how the mind, how the psyche can be affected and impacted by money. Everybody with me? So the money can create chaos. So that's where we come in for the advice. All right. And then we deal with the technical aspects. All right. So the guys that are watching the news fundamentally, don't worry, I'm saying everything to get to a point. All right. All the guys that are watching the fundamentals, when Lagarde speaks, when Powell speaks, when the President Ramaphosa makes a statement, I'm just using that as an example. Nothing really works, moves that time. But when these guys speak, the central bank officials, you'll see that people become emotional. So they'll take their money, put it in a certain place, take it out of a certain place and put it somewhere else. So emotions kicks in. Does that make sense, everybody? So it's important that you understand the emotional aspect to that. All right. And that's why we do go through the fundamentals so you can see where the possible emotions will come from. So today and tomorrow, now, from a US perspective, all right, it could come from what Lagarde is saying. I don't know if you guys can still see my screen. Can you? I had a swish here. Can you guys still see it? All right. That's the thing with Apple, now and then it swishes and then you swish back. All right. All right. So there's Lagarde. You'll see it 1:30, core durable good orders there. Remember, we're on Tuesday, guys. Don't forget, we're on Tuesday. All right. Consumer confidence is going to be key there as well, guys. Consumer confidence, is a very, very good index to follow in terms of what people see or think about the country. Is there hope? Are we together? And we're going to have to see what that says. Thanks, Lirato. Confidence in the dollar, guys. I think that there is still some upside on the dollar, but we're going to go there now. Let's just finish up here. Wednesday, retail sales. That's tomorrow. Lagarde speaks again, pending home sales, Powell, and then crude oil inventories. Nothing new there. You guys know that happens every Wednesday. Thursday, guys, we have GDP quarter 2 results there. US Initial jobless claims. Remember, when inflation is high, watch this year. Are we together, everybody? When inflation is high, remember, they don't have people, well, there's no money to pay additional staff, so that does impact on productivity. Are we together? Is everybody with me? And then Reserve Bank of New Zealand there. Governor ORR. I'm not going to, try to pronounce it. You guys can pronounce it for me in your head. And then Friday, we got some Chinese results there, manufacturing. And then we also have the pound. Guys, very interesting time in the pound. I don't know if you guys have been seeing the volatility in the British pound, because since the Queen died, obviously they are now putting things together. Who will do what? Who's going to head what is the next 6 months or so looking forward to within that specific economy. So just watch it. Are we together, everybody? It might just turn around to be beautiful. If you look at the GBP USD, there is a low that it's reached, so you can use that as a barometer or a gauge. Are we together to view the possible future movement? All right, everybody. It's a bit of a mess, yes, and we're going to go to some charts, looking at the pound to see if there's any opportunity. Is everybody 100? Did you guys see the GBP CHF though? Did you see that long tail? Massive tail there on the GBP CHF. That tells you there's a lot of volatility happening there, so just be careful. All right. And then lastly, good people, Euro CPI, and then you got the core PCE price index, US for August coming out. So guys, just watch the economic calendar, watch the times. Remember, it must be GMT +2 for South African time. All right. Then as we switch over to the dollar, I've made the necessary changes here on the dollar index, just to show you guys that the 114 level was spot on there, Mr. W. Can you see that? Spot on with the 114 level, and it's rejecting there right now. Now, here's the question. Ash, where did you get that specific 114 point area? Because guys, remember, a trader, and let me see if there's any agreement here. Even if you are trading for 3 years, 4 years, 5, 1.5, 2, would you agree with me that it's sometimes very complex to learn to identify key pivot areas where price reacts? Because you hear a lot of guys saying use this time frame, a lot of guys say use that time frame, and sometimes that becomes a bit complex to you, because remember, you're trying to find yourself. Mpo, isn't it so? Ponch, Chuck, Mr. W, Uncle Philip, you are trying to find yourself. You're trying to find your groove. Where do you fit in? So we use the monthly area here on the left-hand side. Can you guys see this here? All right, that's where I got the 114 from. It's at the neckline, all right, of that, what looks like a double top. Can you guys see that? Double top there, came down, it's at the neckline. So the next zone where I see price moving to with the dollar index is between 117 and 119. Please, can you make a note of that? Please make a note of that. Between 117 and 119 is the next zone where I expect the dollar to move to. At this point in time, there is a pause. So I'm waiting on the pause. Is everybody clear? I'm waiting on the pause. Yeah, look, Mikhail, that short term that you're referring to, I'm now cascading a little bit longer between 117 and 119. And we're together. 116 is 2 ranges away from 114. So I don't see that being a specific issue. I'll agree with that from the premise of us going to the levels between 117 and 119. If you go to the shorter time frames now, I'm going to drop down to the weekly first. Look at the pause that's happening here now. Can you guys see the pause there? The rejection. So this is very important here. 114. Chuck, can you see it? If I drop down one more. Look at that. So I'm seeing the pause happening at this point in time. Very big chance we will retrace. Are we together, everybody? And then resume again between 110 and 114. Let's drop even further down to the 1 hour. Ash, why the 1 hour? It is the start of the hourly world. Is everybody with me here? And so you can see that there's definitely been a rejection. That's a very important high over there. You can see that it's pushed out. And if I do this, go to the 1 minute frame. If I go to the 1 minute frame, can you guys see the zone here, there? This is the highest high. That's the highest high. That's the highest high right there. Everybody clear? So you can clearly see that it's rejecting at that, at this moment in time. From there already, the 26th, can you guys see that? Yesterday, big rejection, and we still down. Now, this is the zone that we are looking for. Any EJ, can you see this? 112. I'm going to draw a level here as well. Is everybody clear with me so far here? 112, 912. Is everybody clear so far as to what I'm mentioning here with the dollar? Let me make sure everybody's 100. Okay, we are currently accumulating. You can see it. Ash, you speaking about the accumulation zone again? Yes, I am. This tells you how important, or it shows you how important it is to know your phases. So you can clearly see we are here now. I can just shift this along. And if I do go back to the daily now, let me contract my chart a little bit here, zoom in, and then you guys will see what I'm referring to. All right, can you guys see that? Hold on for me. There we are. So this is where we at. Bit of a pause. We need 114 to break. Are we together? I'm not so sure that EJ, I did not go and check the date. All right. But it's definitely a level that has not happened in a very long time. So you can even see it by how it's pushed up above all of these levels. So guys, this was previous analysis of the dollar. Is everybody with me? This was previous analysis of the dollar that has panned out all the way to 117. All right, brilliant, good guys. So since 2001. So if it dips below 112, retracement goes deeper. If we go above 114, we go higher. Is everybody clear there? That's the dollar. That's where we are with the dollar. If you can write that down, it would be brilliant. It will only be to your benefit. Are we together? It will only be to your benefit, and it will be for your interest. So as you are trading the dollar, it will be fantastic for you to know where it's tracking now. Can I move? Can I move to the MT5 to go and see what's happening over there? Let me make sure. Tembela, you're going to have to be a bit more specific. How we do work in the trading room is that when you're not clear about something, you got to state what that is, because it wastes time. If I still have to ask you, we still need to move. So if you're not clear about something, say you're not clear, but tell me what you're not clear about. That's just, we want to be a bit more proficient, a bit more proactive. All right, it delays time. All right, so tell me what you're not clear about in your message. It makes it easier for me to digest, process, and then give you a response. All right. 1985, the highest. So yes, it's like I said, it is a record from where we are now. I did see the articles and so forth. All right. Guys, here we have our MT5. Now I'm going straight to the NASDAQ, the indices. Guys, what's going to be very important about this specific securities that I'm dealing with now is that I left some analysis on of last week. And the reason why I left the analysis on of last week is for us to come this week to see what's happened. So the NASDAQ has pushed 11,328 was the area that we sought it to go to. And you can see it has hit 11,328. All right, it's hit 11,328. That was our support. That was our take profit there for the guys that were shorting the NASDAQ based on dollar strength. All right, this was last week. You can see that it panned out very, very nicely here. At this point, we've hit that specific support, and we are now moving back up to 11,592. Now, what's very important about this, guys, is that I'm not telling you to take a specific position. Are we together? We want to see what price does at this area here. All right. If you do go to the shorter time frames, you can obviously see there's a resistance there. So if you are trading it short term, and I'm talking minute short term, this will be a resistance. I also just want to check. Give me 1 second here, guys. I'm just looking if I have a level here. I'm just looking if I do have a level on the NASDAQ. All right. And if I don't, then I'm going to move ahead. All right. Is there anyone that's trading the NASDAQ at this point in time? Let me know. I do not have a level at this point. We are at the bottom of the chart. I only have a 30-minute level for you guys. Can you please write this down? I have a 30-minute level here for you guys, the guys that are willing to take a bit more risk than the others. Are you guys ready for this? S&P, we're selling. Thanks, Siabonga. All right. S&P, we're selling the NASDAQ. All right. Where are you selling it to? Maybe just let the guys know where you're selling the NASDAQ to. I'll give that to them and then they can decide. I'm seeing a minute long here, a minute or a minute frame long. So in the 30 minutes above, please write this down for me, above 11,460. 11,460, or you can make it 11,463. 11,463. 11,463 TP here, guys. $11,463 for about 129 pips up to 11,592. 11,592. Please write that down for me. 11,592. That is for the guys that want to take a little bit more risk on the shorter time frames. I'm not speaking about momentum clusters now. This is, guys, on the minute frames here, higher risk. So please make sure that you have your stop loss. It will be tighter, obviously, because 120 pips, the NASDAQ can slice through it like a hot knife through butter. I see some P-Way wants to take it to 11150. 11150. Some P-Way, I will put it out there for the guys. Is anyone agreeing with some P-Way here? To short it down, are you talking current price? Are you talking current price? Market execution? Boipelo, is it advisable to use both 1 hour and a day time frame if you're day trader? Because I see you also mentioned time. All right, so Boipelo, being a trader, are we together, that is trading intraday, you can use the daily frame as a time frame to show you direction, but you are entering into a shorter time frame, like an hour or a minute, with less pips. So if you're using a daily frame to trade, that simply means you are trading the momentum, the overall momentum. So you're going to wait longer, you're going to have wider stops. But if you're using the daily frame as an indicator to show you the momentum of the price, you're using a shorter time frame to actually enter the markets, but you're extracting shorter distances of pips. All right. Simpiwe, I'm still waiting for your response there. Is it market execution, or are you waiting for the NASDAQ to break a level below for you to short it down? That is a very important point. So please let me know what you are doing. This specific long here is on a 30-minute that I gave you guys, 11,463. After that zone to enter for a only 120 pip movement there to 11,592. That's it. It's not long term. Are we together? The risk will be higher. Is everybody with me here? The risk will be higher. It's a shorter time frame. It's a basic fact. So in no way am I saying that price is not bearish. No, I'm saying at this moment it is retracing up. And if it retraces up further past 11,463, then we get into a long there to 11,592. If it does not retrace past 11,463, you simply don't get into the trade. Is everybody with me here? Why would you get into the trade? Because it's not going above that area. So it has to break that zone first. If it hasn't broken it, why are you getting in? All right. So then we put no, don't put a buy stop there. Don't put a buy stop because it can get to that area, reject and come back down. It must break it, close above. That's the problem I have with pending orders. Are we together? Especially if they are retracing. This is a retracement. If you look at the overall movement, you can see it's still bearish. So do not put pending orders in on shorter time frames when you're looking at the overall momentum. We are still bearish here. So if you put a buy stop in there, price rejects, comes back down, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble. All right. So is a day trader, which time frame? There is no specific time frame. It depends on your schedule. Are we together? It depends on your schedule. Are you able to be in front of that specific laptop for the whole day, for 9 hours straight, for 8 hours straight? You have a different schedule to that of Mr. W, to that of Chuck, to that to Uncle Philip, to that of Mpo. You have a different, I don't know what your schedule is. It's not a black and white answer. Are we together? There's no black and white answer. It is flexible. All right. There's guys that don't have time. There's guys that don't have time, so they will leave the trades to run on a daily or weekly frame. The guys that have, time, they're going to trade, example, an 8-hour chart, a 4-hour chart, a 30-minute chart, a 15-minute chart. Your approach, your method, all right, is subjective to your schedule. All right. Gerard, you asked a very good question there. Do we put a buy stop there? That would be for someone that doesn't have the time. So they put a buy stop there. They wait for price to trigger, but this is the problem. You don't have time. So the buy stop will work in an instance activating it. Does that make sense? It activates it. Yes, you don't have time. But the problem is this is not a momentum trade. This is an intraday short-term movement trade. Do you see that? So price can reject there and return to the overall momentum, which is bearish. At this moment in time, it's still retracing. So it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So which means, Gerard, you now have to make time to sit there to catch this specific long. Now you have to sit there. If you're not sitting there, problems. Is everybody clear there, guys? I'll give everybody 14 seconds. And then I'm going to push on. I like how we've started this Tuesday morning. Are we together? It's solid. It's solid. I'm really liking it. S&P 500. Here we go. Left this analysis on here 3638. We went down into that zone as analyzed. It's looking beautiful. Look at this. Went down into our zone. We are now at that support. I'm not touching this one here. I'm not touching this specific one here. This is a smaller index in terms of its size when you do compare that to the NASDAQ and to the US 30, which is also known as the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones, from a daily perspective, ladies and gentlemen, you can see we did come down to the 29659 area. What's also important about this bay is look at this specific symmetrical triangle here that I've been dealing with the guys for the past 2 weeks now. I've been saying to you that we have an area. There's a northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. It's got a vertical line. Are we together? You can see price has dipped and it stayed below that line, crossed over the finish line, and you can see it's then gone down 100% to 29659. It dropped about from there. That's 900 pips. That's nothing. That's like 2 days. Are we together? 2-3 days. Everybody with me? With fundamentals, this thing can push. Even more so. Is everybody clear, guys, with what I just mentioned here? Is everybody clear? Let's make sure. then we push on, then we push on. I'm going to give everybody 14 seconds, 14 seconds, and then I'm pushing on. So the indices you can see is bearish. It's at the bottom with the dollar being up there. It's correlating in that way. All right. Let's move over, guys. Brent is pushed down to the 83 level. Are we together? It's pushed down to the 83 level. You can see that we've been under the northern, the equator over there. Look at this. Can you guys see this here? So we've been underneath. That's the southern hemisphere. This here is the northern hemisphere. And we've been in the southern hemisphere. We pushed down below. And that was a fantastic signal there to the 83.88. Everybody clear? 83.88. So this is a very, 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 very good analyzed trade. The setup was fantastic. I see there. Hold on for me just 1 second. Andile, sorry, Ash. Andile, please ask the question. Are we together? You don't need to stop everything just to say that. Just ask the question. Just type it there. I'll see it. All right, I'll see it. All right. I'm seeing, is it Anya Andile? Okay, looking for a long. Where do you want to take it to, Andile? Let me know where you want to take it to, friend. Where do you want to take it to? Just type that in as well. So remember, guys, we're trying to redeem the time. We're trying to redeem the time so that we can move through more securities. Are we together? So when you are putting something in the chat, make it proactive. Give me more detail so that I can move. Are we together? Yeah, it's changed, Chuck. As promised, that over time, it will definitely change. More things will come, to pass. I saw the levels. Andile, please give me more detail there. Which levels? You saw the levels. You saw the levels. That's not enough data for me to go on. You saw the levels. What levels did you see? Whilst I wait for Andile, EJ, here's your WTI, $82 a barrel. 63 is what we're still looking at. Can you see it? 63. If the dollar keeps strengthening, we might just see it. Look at that. We did close beneath. Are we together? We might just close beneath that 63 level. Is everybody clear? Everybody clear? Andile, I'm still waiting for your levels there, right? All right. I got your message there, Andile. No problem. Got you, my friend. All right, let's move, guys. Let's go to USD Swiss franc. This one was also a wonderful quality setup that we had. We pushed up to 98064, between 98064, 98247, reached that successfully. But what's very important, if you go to the higher time frame, this is what we did last week. This is what we did last week. And so we have an area there of 1.02916. We are still not out of the woods yet. We are not out of the woods yet with this one. You can long this, but there might be a delay because the dollar is pausing there. Are we together? Everybody with me? The dollar is pausing at this moment in time. The strength has just died down just a little bit. We're getting a retracement. You can see it. Look at that. Look at the retracement. I'm going to the 1 hour chart. Just give it a couple of seconds. All right, look at that retracement from yesterday's high pushing down. So essentially what we would want essentially is for price to go beyond this point here. 99646. All right, that's what we want. You can see it has rejected. All right, So then it means that there's these two areas here, there, and there as obstacles in the way. We just got to wait for it. We got to wait for it. We got to wait for it. And then we take it up. That's a nice 252 pips there. All right. And if you do go back, you can see that that would be the bid price that we're trying to get out of. Remember, when you are asking, you buying, you want to get out of, or you want to get out of the trade on a bid price. When you are selling, you want to get out on an ask price. I'm repeating what I said yesterday. Not yesterday, sorry, last week. I said, when you are buying, Mr. W, it was the holiday. It's the holiday. I'm still coming down from it. All right. So if you are buying, are we together? The ask price, you get out on the bid, which is the selling price. You need to sell your position to someone. Does that make sense, everybody? If you are selling a position, someone needs to buy it from you. Does that make sense? So when you're looking at pivot points, all right, you are looking at, if you bought, you got to look for the bid price. If you are selling, you got to look for the nearest ask price that's credible. Please write that down, guys. Please write that down. And we're together. EJ, we're going to get to the dollar pairs now. I want the guys to write down these important notes here. I'll say it one more time before we continue. All right. When you are buying, you went in at the ask price. And so you need to get out at the bid price. That's someone's going to, or you need to sell your position depending on who's available at that specific time. Remember, we are not matching sellers and buyers. The system generates that automatically. Does that make sense, everybody? We don't sit there like a dealing desk, behind and say, okay, I'm going to sell, to Mpho now, or I'm going to sell Laik's position to Chuck, or I'm going to take this position of Mr. W, he bought here, and I'm going to have him sell that to someone else. We don't sit and do that. It's an automated system that's generated. It will take, it's a crazy world. There's too many transactions happening. Are we together? Bid is sell, ask is buy. Siyabonga, I'll say it again. Bid price is sell, ask price is buy. Write that down. Bid price is sell, ask price is buy. The ask price is always above the bid price. The ask price is above the bid price. Guys, are you writing these things down here? It's also in class. Go to your class if you're not sure. Let me show you an example. If you go to USD CAD, and I'm going to move, all right? I'm going to move after this. If you go to the 1 minute frame, what price is this here? What price is this here? Guys, what price is this? I get asked a lot of questions. I always tell the guys, I get asked a lot of questions. I also like to ask questions. I like to ask my clients questions. I want to see where they're at. What price is this? What price is this here? 1.36. Are you sure? Are you sure? You go to properties. That's the bid price. Show ask price line. Show the ask price. See that? The red there? That's the ask price. The ask price is above. Bid price beneath. These are, guys, these are the things that people don't understand as traders. They understand an entry. Understand. They understand an entry. Chuck, I want to enter at 1.0539. Okay, brilliant. That's not the case, guys. Your specific, if you're doing market execution, the next best price is where you will enter. You can't determine where you will enter unless you are doing a different kind of transaction. Is everybody with me here, guys? All right. But then you'll find, you'll find there are other securities where the bid price is not making that specific candle. It's the ask price. Let's go further. Sometimes it's the last price that makes or creates the candle. So it's different with different securities. This is the skill that I'm referring to. Paul, that's the skill that I'm referring to understanding these things. Is everybody clear? Everybody clear there, guys? So in this case here, the bid price at the bottom, ask price at the top. All right. Jacob asked, oh, that's why when you buy market execution, you find your entry, because that's the next best available price. Yes. And that's automated by the system. I'm not sitting there, or Roger or Jacques. We remember, we're not sitting and saying, I'm going to put Poncha in here because I don't like her. Are we together, guys? The system automatically generates, all right, by the data it receives. Is everybody clear there, guys? Everybody clear? So this is important stuff. This, Mr. W, would you agree? This is important stuff for everybody to know so that you don't make a mistake by getting confused. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's move. Let's move. We're going to go to the USD CAD. You can see there's also a retracement here, ladies and gentlemen, 1.36473. All right. Yeah, I know that's true, Punch. That would never happen. What's there not to like? I totally agree. Laik is about to give you a comment there. I don't know. His eyes look like he was about to. You know, when he starts looking like that. So I was just waiting. And maybe I'm wrong. We'll never know. It's Tuesday. I told you. There's it there. There's it there. There's it there. All right. So this one is also retracing. That's the pause. All right. That's the pause. That's the pause. Are we together? Let's see what happens from here on out. Let's see what happens with the dollar if we get a further downside. If we get further downside, if we do, we're going to come back here and we are going to then possibly get into a short. But let's wait and see first. All right. Everybody clear? Everybody clear there? Let's move AUD USD. Is there anyone in here for a short, guys? For the AUD USD, is there anyone in here for a short? We spoke about this last week. And you can see 0.64157, 0.63513. I just want to give you another zone here. All right. And I'm now speaking from the momentum cluster perspective. Please write this down. 0.63449. Please write that down. 0.63449. 0.63449. You can write that down for me. This is now if you're trying to hold in dollar strength. Thanks, Bayers. 0.63449. Please write that down for me, good people. 63449. So it's at our TP just before the TP. Please write that down for me. Nyashe, you still got me there? From where price is now, it's 130 pips away. If you look at the hour frame, and I zoom out just a little bit, all right? Can you guys see that support there? Let's put in a minute. Let's go to the minute. Sorry, guys, my screens is a little bit haywire today. But that's okay, all right? So there's the lower low or the lowest low right there. I use the minute frame there to look at my lowest low. If I go back now to my daily, look how it rejected there. See the rejection? Right there. All right, no problem. Hang you here. All right. We move back to stage, is it stage 3? Load shedding. I think we're on stage 3. 0.64372. Is it 4? Okay, for today. All right. I have a very good arrangement with Laik. So, you know, that's all right. 0.64372. We break that zone there. Are we together? That's about 89 pips down there from that zone there. That's not bad at all. Are we together? There's some guys, they like, you know, to get 50 pips a day, others 60, 100. 250. It depends what you trade. In this specific case, that's a wonderful distance there. All right, for the guys that are doing intraday trading. Everybody clear? Let's move on. NZD USD. EJ, I believe this was your 1 year. I'm not sure if you had given levels, but I do have levels of last week. And it is really pushing nicely. This was my levels of last week. We pushed below, can you see that? 58041, 55719. No, this is a short here. All right, Nyashe? This was a short here. This is a short 55719. 55719. All right. So it's moving down nicely. There's no issues here. But guys, it's obvious you can see that the dollar's pausing there. From all the strength, remember the 114-point area that I had on the dollar index? It reached that specific zone. Are we together? And so you can see that that pause is also being filtered through to the NZD USD. Nyashe, no, the AUD USD. No, I never said there's anything there. I said short. I said 64372. I never said long there. All right. 64372. Thanks, Mikhail. 64372 there beneath that area. Okay, for that short. But the dollar's pausing now. If you're going to take a specific short now, please note you are taking a short in a movement that's been thrusting up here. Please understand that. Do you get a higher or a better price in terms of selling it? Yes, if you sell it there and you want to go down there, it's higher, isn't it so? Are we together? It's higher, which is nice. But if price keeps going up, then you can see you went in prematurely. Is everybody clear there? If you get in now and price goes higher, if the dollar keeps on retracing, this price then goes higher, you got in prematurely. You're going to be in a deficit. All right. Everybody clear there, guys? Let's give Mikhail a round of applause, everybody. Let's give Mikhail a round of applause. Let's give Mikhail a round of applause there. All right. All right. Let's move. Let's move. Let's move. GBP USD. Let's wait for it, EJ. Let's wait for it. It's pausing at this point. If you're already in and you got in on top, great. But to get in right now, it's still at a pause there. All right. GBP USD. Now, last week, I shared with you guys 1.08087. Who remembers that? I shared with you 1.08087. Guys, 1.08087. It reached the area there. Look at that. It reached it. 1.08087. There was no data. Ash, how did you get that support area? How did you get that specific TP? All right, that could be a question. You have to start analyzing how many pips or how far down from a momentum perspective when there's no data. Mr. W, are you with me here? Philip, you need to start analyzing to say how many pips from a momentum perspective, not an hour, 4 hours, 10 minutes. Are we together? You need to start analyzing at a go if there's no data available. What kind of movement can you see? So you got to start forecasting. Or you got to forecast 600 pips. So from there to there, as an example, after that break, that was the break we're looking at, after 112. It went down 646. And that is me looking at what it has done previously. Is everybody with me there, guys? Nyasha, I don't remember projecting a long. I projected the short. I only have the 112 and the 1.08087. I can't remember that. And this was based on dollar strength. This was all based on dollar strength. Exactly. There, Anya also confirms. There was only a short last week. I had no long in place. I would not have had a long there because the dollar was strengthening. Are we together? And so this was a short. And it reached there. So at this point in time, from a 1 hour perspective, can you guys see we at the 1.08087? Many guys will say, Ash, do we long now? So let me ask the question. Do we long it now, guys? Let me ask the question. Do we long it now? Yes or no? I'm waiting, guys. Do we long GBP USD now? Momentum is bearish, so no. Yes, the momentum is bearish, Nyasha. But what about the guys that want to trade intraday? Chuck is saying you wouldn't. What about the guys that want to trade intraday? Do we have a long there? So Laik wants to be that guy. All right. So if we look at our frame here, guys, if we look at our frame, there is a long available. I can give you the levels if you'd like. Do you guys like? Remember, it's going to be riskier. Momentum is down, dollar strength, but the dollar's pausing. So there's a gap, a possible opportunity. Are you guys ready? All right. Take profit level. 1 point. Hold on for me. Please write this down here. I wrote the level here, 14.2. Right there. To long it back to that area over there. Do you see that? But what we would essentially want is the following. What we would want is the following. Please write this down for me, guys. Do you have it there? 1.14. Make it 2.3. Sorry, guys. Do this. Can you see that area there? Can you see that zone? Buying, that's the bid price there to get out. All right, give me a sec. Did you guys write that down? 1.14235. But what we would want ideally is to, come on, sorry guys. Just trying to get my level here. We're dealing with a 1 hour chart. You guys have it? Take profit. We want to buy. You can even buy now if you want. Even buy now if you want. But then I would not get out. I would get out at a shorter distance for now. Please make a note of this, guys. This area here, I'm going to give it to you now. Possibly there, Ibrahim. Write this down for me. Write this down for me. Bayers, you're so good at this, man. 1.08, 1.08908. Bayes is like on top of the game with this, man. 1.08. All right, 908. Right there. Too long it up. Better wait. All right. You guys have it there? This is for the guys who want to take a little bit of a risk, 1.08908. Above that area for long, and we take it up. You got it? I'm going to take this off here so you don't get confused. All right. So above that zone, 1.08908 to 1.14 there. You can even divide this into two, guys. TP1, TP2, like Laik suggested there, a couple of pips, all right? You can divide it. Make this TP1. Make that TP1, 1.11, write that down. 1.11568. That's TP1. This can be TP2 here. See you, Teresa. There we go. Everybody got it? Let me make sure. All right. Can I move on, guys? Above 1.08, 908. All right, that would be a better entry for the guys that are more conservative. Exactly. So Anya, that's why I say it will obviously be a risk based on what is happening. All right, we got Lagarde speaking, we got Powell speaking, but remember, even though those guys are speaking, and I think Roger is a great advocate of this. There are times when risk must be taken. And he'll always say to you, if we wait for these guys to speak all the time, we're never going to take a trade. And he's been an advocate for that. And I totally agree. There are times when you can take a specific position. Are we together? Because if you do wait for the fundamentals all the time, because they come out every week, you're never going to take a position. So sometimes taking it and seeing how the market responds is good because it lets you see and find out more about yourself. Are we together? So that's a very important point. All right. Otherwise, you'll just be afraid. The fear factor will always keep you in there. Okay. So that's for the guys who want to take a little bit more risk there. That's for you there on the 1 hour. Well, I don't have a stop loss yet because remember that it hasn't broken above the 1.08908 yet. So giving you that specific stop loss now might not work. Remember, we're not doing a buy stop. We're not getting in exactly at 1.08908. If price closes here as an example at 1.09291, you're getting there. That is 39 pips away from that specific resistance. So the stop loss is not going to be relevant. So we got to wait for it to close above that. Remember, we're trading the hour frames on this one. So this is a riskier trade. Put together, there's a riskier trade here. But that's what trading is. That's the market. All right. Sometimes you take the risk and sometimes you don't. All right. Everybody clear with that? Everybody clear? Can I move? Is that okay? Everybody cool? Do you have it? Let's give the guys 14 seconds there to quickly respond. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Guys, very smooth. I'm loving it. Liking the hair there as well of I'm moving on. I'm also not saying anything, you know, I'm waiting to strike. I'm just throwing it out there. Euro USD. Bayers, how you put them on the exact point there? Can you see I have, can you see this area that I have here now, right? That horizontal. So you right click on that specific horizontal line till you get to the properties, all right? Once you've clicked on properties, you'll see there's 3 columns here or 3 tabs. Click on parameters, and then you type it in there and click OK, and you'll get that exact area there. Okay, the exact area. Guys, clear? Harlan Fortune, good day to you. I think it's the first time also meeting you, Harlan. I would assume, please forgive me if I'm wrong, and welcome. Harlan, that's a very good question. Do I use the line chart to mark my levels? That depends. If I am looking at momentum, all right, I'm looking at candles. If I'm using entries, I'm looking at the line chart. Can I say that again? If I'm looking at momentum, where price could go, the direction, I look at candles. What do I look at in the candles? All right, I look at openings. I look at the closing of price. I look at the high and I look at the low. Is everybody with me? Can I draw it for you guys so you guys can see what I mean by that? Is that okay? All right. Can I draw it for you guys? Guys, can I draw it for you guys? I'm not getting a response, then I can just move on. If you guys, if you're okay in that area, then I can move. All right. So I see there Anya and Ngidi, Jacobo. All right, there we go. That's it. That's what we want to see, right? We just want to see some unity. Yeah. Here we go. All right, can you guys see this? Okay, what I will have to do, hold on for me. This is what I have to do. Give me a second. Can you guys see? Can you guys see this? Can you see that? Can you see that, guys? Blank screen there. All right. Blank sheet. There we go. We like blank sheets, right, Anya? So we get all artistic. Gotta appreciate it, isn't it so, guys? Gotta appreciate it, yeah. All right. So from a momentum perspective, if I use candles to do it, let's say that is the candle. All right. I want you guys to really, really focus here because it makes sense when you really listen. Yeah. I told my 10-year-old daughter, Mr. W, that one must be a committed listener. A committed listener, you know. When you're able to listen, you're gone after that. Yeah. So look at this. If I use this price for momentum, let's say I'm pushing up or price is pushing up from here. So price is here now. Can you guys see that? Price is there. It's just reached this resistance here. Can you guys see this? That's the resistance it reached. Let me know what, for the sake of, can you guys see that part there? Let's do it better. So there's a resistance. All right, so price reaches the zone. Now, the line chart, you can automate it. You can program it to give you, to show you the closing of price. Are we together? The closing of price. So when you put on a line chart, this is what it's going to look like. That's what it would look like. That's the closing to match that area there. Do you see that? Now, everybody with me so far, guys? Let me just make sure. So this area here is a resistance on the line chart. Now, this is the critical thing here, because you know what? Who asked the question? Fortune. I remember the surname. All right, I'll just say Fortune. All right. Harlan. All right, Harlan. So look at this. No. That's open there. This is a resistance closing price. All right, now watch this. If you are going to long this price after the resistance here, all right, you must understand that from a direction perspective, if price moves up here, you're using a monthly frame. Anya, you're using a monthly frame, which means the levels between here and here is very far away, isn't it so? Does that make sense? Is everybody with me? Mr. W, using the momentum time frames from there to there, monthly frame, weekly frame, that means the levels are going to be very far. Does that make sense? Now, you're not trading the momentum in terms of waiting for it for 2 or 3 weeks. You guys want to maybe get into a trade now. So now you're going to break this candle down and say, okay, this candle has another area there at the open that is closer for me to TP from that specific area there. Can you see that? So using the momentum and the candle more specifically, dividing the high, the close, the open, and the low. You're coming from the low. Does that make sense? You're coming from the low to go to the opening. And that's a very nice distance here if you're looking at it from a momentum perspective. Are we together? Now, here is the catch. Here's the catch. If you are trading it even in a shorter time frame, this will be your resistance, yes, but in between the low and that open, there'll be more levels. This is where the guys are going to come in, that's going to trade the 1-hour chart, the 15-minute chart, the 30-minute, the 4-hour. Does it make sense, everybody? Is everybody clear? Anya, does it make sense? So there's guys that are going to trade it from this area here, and they're going to trade it in between. You see that? Different time modes, exactly. Now, it goes back to that question that I had earlier on. Someone asked which time frame was it, Nyasha, or someone asked which time frame is the best to trade intraday. You see how different it becomes. It's not a step by step to say, listen, this is what you do, that's what you do. If me explaining this now opens that world up to you to say, well, okay, I get it. I can't just go trade on a 5-minute chart. I need to take into consideration what is happening with this specific momentum here. Am I trading it to the open? Am I trading it in between the low and the open? And the only way you're going to find that is if you go to the higher time frames. Does it make sense? Now, the guys that are holding it, they are going to wait for price. They're going to wait all the way up there to there. These guys don't have the time. They leave the trades to run. Is everybody clear? I'm going to give everybody 14 seconds there. All right, 14 seconds. So this is not applicable here. This is not applicable because it depends where I'm trading it to. So I'll say it again with momentum. Are we together? Momentum. I'm going to look at the levels on the candle, the low, the open, the close, and the high. Is everybody with me? When it comes to entries, because I got to go back to Harlan's question. when it comes to entries, I'm going to explain the second part of that now. Can you see here? Alan, I hope you're responsive. Check this out. There we go. I see your response. Now, with the line chart, it's going to look like this. The line chart is not going to have candles, right? So guess what? In between, Alan, I'm going to take, after it breaks that high, I long it to there. So I'm looking for entries now above that zone to take it to the opening, which I found on the higher time frame. Do you see that? So this is an entry on a shorter hour, 30 minutes, etc. Does that make sense there? Alan, I hope I explained correctly. Does it make sense to the rest of the guys as well? Because I didn't only explain it for Harlan. I explain it to everybody. Someone that has experience, it's fine. If you have 2 years experience, 3 years, 5, it doesn't matter. It's good to get that repetition running because you never know when anything comes into play. It helps with psychology. All right. There we go, Anya. That's what we want, yeah? So guys, does it make sense? Can I move on? Harlan, did I answer your question? Please let me know. All right, let me know. Let me know if I did. I'm going to move on in the meantime, okay? Thanks, Bonga. You got it, Harlan. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. All right, let's move. Let's go to Euro USD. Euro USD, guys. Also the German 30. German 30, guys, I'm looking at a longer hold here. German 30. Can I give you the level? Can I give you the level for German 30? I'm looking for a longer hold. This is not for the guys on the 1 hour, the 3. I'm looking for a longer hold here. Okay, hold on. I'm going to give it to you now. To a TP of. Write this down. TP of 9289. 9289. 9289. 9289. And then I have a area before the 9289. Before 9289, remember, here, down here. So this is 9289. That's leaving it to run. All right. But then I have an area where you can get out and breathe a little bit. Right over there, 11613. You got it? Thanks, Laik. You beat Bayers to it right there. Bayers, what's happening? Laik stirring the pot here this morning here. All right, 11613. And then after that, 9289. Bayers takes it in stride. Nothing yet, Nyashe. A short, that's what we're looking for. But what's important about the German, please make a note of this. Please make a note of this. Can you see this zone here? We want this area to be broken. Can you see that area there? So if you go back to the daily, can you see? We want, please write this down, 12185 to be broken. If you get in now, of course, yes, no Bayers, of course. If you get in now and price retraces up, you're going to get in prematurely. So let's wait for 12185 to be broken. All right, everybody clear there? We wait for 12185 to be broken. Then we take it down. Board, you got it? So Nyashe, at this point, there's no SL yet. We're waiting for the momentum time frames to close beneath here. You can clearly see 2 days of rejection. Are we together? All right. Laik, Bayes is waiting for you there. Two days. All right, 2 days of rejection. All right, we're waiting. I know he's saying he wants the levels. He wants the levels, and like, and I love this room. All right. 12,185. We're waiting for 12,185 to break first. 2 days of rejection, which tells you we're not done hovering at the zone yet. Therefore, we don't want to get in prematurely, getting for a short, and then price pushes up and we get a margin call. It's unnecessary. So we wait for that first. Is everybody clear? It's unnecessary. So we wait for that. Let's go to USD JPY. Then I'm going to do gold. All right. And Anya comes out of the blue. All right, let's go to USD. Hi, Anya. Oh, guys, I'm telling you, and Laik is saying something very interesting there. Just cascade some vision there, Mr. W. Just think about your trading journey in 2023. I know we're in September and you know it's 9 months into the year, but remember this year is almost done. So think about this entire year where you've been taught, you've been going through the lessons. Just imagine what kind of a trader you're going to be starting January 2023. My word, you're going to be more skilled. You're going to have more patience. You're going to take your time. You're going to plan. Are we together, everybody? That's the point here, to get better over time. So I know it's September, we can make money. Yes, of course, for 2022, but we've got to be visionaries, isn't it so? So you look where you are now to 2023. What kind of a trader will you be then? Are we together, guys? Dan kan ek my coin weggooi. 11 months of TR next week. I'm telling you, it's made me so much more independent. Guys, I think let's give Laik a round there. I think it's really worth it. It's really, really worth it too. Is there anyone else as well that shares the same sentiment as Laik, guys? That there's really been a lot of nuggets, a lot of value, and you can actually feel yourself evolving. I think that's the way you're evolving in knowledge, evolving in practicality, how you see the charts, the price movement. Is there anyone else that agrees with Laik there on the evolution of yourself? I think that's a very, very good point there to raise. All right. Very, very good point. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Beautiful. Let's go to gold. I know the guys did write down the areas there, the area of 1633. Am I right? Fanny, you got it? 1633. Ray, you got to give me more specifics there. It reached that TP beautifully. Can you guys see that? It reached the TP beautifully. And this, guys, this was our zone where we said either breaking up or breaking down. We have a plan. Remember that. We said breaking up or breaking down. There's a plan. 1633 and then 1612. Yes, there we go. So it seems like it's setting up here. If the dollar keeps on strengthening, we push down to 16. All right. All right. Everybody clear with gold here so far, guys? I think we're okay with gold. Nothing hectic here. It's nothing hectic here. All right. How's the GBP USD trade doing so far? You should be, if you got in market execution, you should be in a bit of profits if you got in immediately. But if you're getting in after that, which is more conservative, then obviously it's not going to be relevant. But if you got in immediately market execution. All right. Can I go to USD JPY? USD JPY. Guys, I actually made some points here. USD JPY is rejecting at 144709. Please write this down. 148.547 is my next area. All right. 148.547. Why? No. Why would it be banned? Banned by whom, right? Can't be. Can't be. All right, Ray. The 138. I'm running max screens. You can get a parallel on it. I'm running two max. I'm running two max. Weeks ago, the 138, yes, it reached, right? Like it reached. Yes. So so the next area, 148. All right. Yeah, I'm running two Macs. I'm running an iMac. I'm running a MacBook Air. I got MT5, I got MT4. There's too much business, all right, Ray? There's too much business can be lost. Are we together? Always think about the cost implication there, all right? Do you guys have it? 148.547. Do you have it? MT4 and MT5. There's like also mentioning. All right. Do you guys have it, guys? Can I confirm 14 seconds there, guys? You're welcome, Ray. You're welcome, my friend. All right. 148.547. Like, check Bay is there. Mikhail's asking there which one is better. It's not about which one is better. You know, the MT5 is obviously an upgraded version of the MT4. You'll find on the MT4, you cannot have your 12 time frames on the MT5. You can. You will also find that hedging is simpler. You can close all positions at once. Are we together? For the most part of it, it has the same interface, same buttons, etc. But you are trading on an upgraded version, all right, of the MT4. Are we together? And then Nyashe comes in there. Just check Nyashe, the like. Yes, 14854.547. Laik. So there you have it. There we go. Nyashe. Laik, check the guys. Can we move, guys? Oh, I'm loving this morning, man. I'm loving this morning. Beautiful. AUD CAD. Check. Hey, Nyasha, check Laik there. AUD CAD. Guys, please write this down. AUD CAD, AUD CAD. I think I had some levels here. Let me just double check. Okay, if I had some levels. I know I have one on the CHF, on the CAD JPY, or the CHF JPY. All right. All right, the AUD CAD is not going to work. I have one for hold on for me, I'll tell you now. Please write this down. CAD JPY, the guys that are trading daily frames, please write this down. The guys that like daily frames, CAD JPY. CAD JPY, I'm going to go to it quickly. AUD CAD, I'm leaving that one. CAD JPY, this one was beautiful. It did reach our TP. This was last week. It reached our TP. Are we together? I'm looking for further downside here from a daily frame perspective. Please write this down for me, guys. CAD JPY. I'm looking at TP 950. Please write that down. 950. Hold on for me. 950. Over there. You can see it from a momentum perspective better. I take that off. Can you see it there? 950. Please write that down for me. Got it? 99.950. You guys got it there? Let me make sure. But please, guys, not in yet, because it is rejecting. It's rejecting at 10. I'll tell you now. Where's Harlan? Harlan, see there? This comes back to your question. It's rejecting at 105.290. So I'm not entering now. Can you see it? I'm not going to get in now. That goes back to your question there, Harlan. You see that? With the CAD weakening. Yeah, listen, that's what we want, isn't it? So, like, this shot will be beautiful, yeah? Going to be beautiful. Yeah. All right. So 105.290. That is the area of rejection we're not getting in now. Right. We're not getting in now. We're waiting for 105.290 first. Right. Everybody clear? But it looks good. It looks very nice so far. All right. So guys, at 4 p.m., I'm back again with you guys. 4 p.m., we'll have a look at these trades one more time, see where they are, see what the dollar does. It was a wonderful session, right, Sia? Wonderful session, man. Nice and compact. We're together. Keep that eye on the Brent there. Yes. There we go, Anya. Absolutely. Keep the eye. All right. Everybody clear? I'll see you guys at 4 p.m. Fantastic session. Thanks a lot there, Harlan. Annie, you're welcome. Mikhail. There we go, guys. 4 p.m. And then we push forward. All right. It's that time already. Hey, Anya, it goes quick, eh? It goes so fast. All right. All right, guys. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.